India have set themselves up for the ICC treble, the World Cup, the Champions Trophy and now the World T20. For the second time in the history of the competition, India are in the final. They will be facing Sri Lanka, who won the Asia Cup just recently in Bangladesh. But all of that wouldn't matter, and India slight favourites ahead of this match.
Certainly has been pretty strong in this tournament. There's not much due on this ground now. They have some really quality spinners, so it's going to be a challenge for us.
But in recent finals, India have enjoyed the upper hand. In all T20 matches, India have won 3, with Sri Lanka winning just 2.
But Sri Lanka also has made it into 3 ICC Championships final, but have never won it. And the way Indians are playing, it seems Sri Lanka will again have to settle for the runner-up slot. On Sunday, the confident Indian team, Dhoni and his boys, seems certain to create history. With camera person Himanshu Sharma, this is Sameep Rajguru from Dhaka for Headlines Today.
Sourav Ganguly, Nikhil Chopra, Boria Majumdar with us. Dada, India start as favourites because their form has been truly exceptional in the World T20. On paper, Sri Lanka match India, batsman to batsman and bowler to bowler. But this will be a real test of nerves and character for the Sri Lankan side, given that their record in ICC finals or big tournament finals is not very good.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between the two sides, Sri Lanka and India. When you look at Dhoni and his team, they've won every final they've been to. And Sri Lanka on the other side has probably made a lot more finals and haven't won it. So I think that's going to be the major difference between the two sides tomorrow. When you keep winning major finals, as a team, you have a quite confident feeling before you walk out to play that final. It's how Sri Lanka approaches the final that's going to be important. Will they sit back and think, hey, listen, we don't win finals, will it be one more time, or will they think, let's give everything, we've got nothing to lose? We've been an outstanding team, probably the second best team after India in this competition. They've just dropped one game, which is against South Africa, a game, against England, a game which they should have won. So from that point of view, I think they've been also very consistent in this tournament.
Yes, and there will be a lot of pride at play. Not only because, they lost the 2007, 2011 World Cup finals, the 2010, 2012 T20 finals. They really want to get on to winning titles now, Dada. But also because 2 of their giants are retiring from this format. They would really want to give them, a send-off on a high.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, they would really want to do that, and both of them would want to finish off in a high, but they're up against a very, very good side, a side which is on form. When I see this Indian team play like this in this tournament, I just get a feeling what was wrong in the last 4 or 5 months. It's just a completely different team, and the way they have played, they've just battered sides in this competition, and they will be up against a very, very strong team, a confident team, a team who actually quietly believes that they can win this tournament. And at the present moment is the best side on form.
Yes, Boria, Darren Sammy said after Sri Lanka beat West Indies by Duckworth Lewis that someone up there really wants Mahela and Sangakarra to go out on a high. Could that spoil India's party? Divine intervention.
It's a very serious thought, and don't forget, in a different sport, Stanislas Wawrinka stud Rafael Nadal. So it happens. However much India has got a good record in T20 finals, or rather ICC finals, Sri Lanka is a quality team, and I don't think these records will matter much to Sri Lanka when they step out to the park. They'll have enough incentive, enough inspiration, enough motivation to give it their very best. I don't think it's about revenge. I think it's 20 overs, rather 40 overs on that day. Whichever team holds nerve, whichever team wants to win that much more. India's played brilliantly, sort of all the time, sort of sums it up really nicely. He's spoken beautifully today again, saying this Indian team has been playing outstanding cricket. Having said that, I do think the Sri Lankan side will want to win that trophy that degree extra because of Mahela and Sangakarra. A great contest in the offing.
Absolutely. Let's hope both sides bring their A game and we have a cracking finale. And one man that India will be depending a lot on is, of course, Virat Kohli. He's truly in the form of his life. He's already redefined the art of chasing in one-day matches, and now he's leading the pack in T20 matches as well. No wonder, no total seems enough when Virat is on the crease.
I've seen some great players in the past. I've played with some great players, but this man is right up there. For me, it was a genius at work, and look at his passion, look at his attitude. It was just unbelievable.
We all know how good he is. We all know that he's done it so many times. So as a fielding captain or on the bowling side, you always know in the back of your mind that Virat is a real danger and a real threat.
Obviously, we would love to win this cup. We eagerly want to, but when you say you have to, then you're putting yourself under pressure. Wanting to win is good, and staying in that calm space, and you focus on the process and the results follow. So I think this confidence, certainly we can take it into the finals.
He also has the highest batting average chasing a target in T20 cricket.
We're not really thinking about that. I think we're playing some good cricket. This will certainly boost our confidence before the finals, and it's important not to get too excited. It's important to stay in that nice calm zone and just come out on the day of the finals and play good cricket and see what happens.
No sweeps, no reverse sweeps, no switch hits. Virat Kohli has shown how dangerous and destructive he can be playing in front of the wicket. Sourav Ganguly went on to say Virat is a genius. And when genius is in form, there is no stopping for Team India in this World T20 Championships. With camera person Himanshu Sharma, this is Sameep Rajguru from Dhaka for Headlines Today.
Virat truly is our trump card. But let's analyze a little bit deeper. Why are we saying that India are perhaps slight favourites and not outright favourites? Because if you look at the numbers, Nikhil, the breakdown of the performances of the two teams in the tournament, you look at the batting of these two teams in slots of 5 overs each. India actually scoring slightly lesser than Sri Lanka, especially in the last 10 overs. If India is making 7.8 in 11 to 15, Sri Lanka's made 8.25 per over. 16 to 20 overs, India's made 8.3 per over, Sri Lanka's made 10. But this is where it also gets interesting. If we take a look at the bowling performances, then perhaps the difference in the batting is brought to an even keel, because while India is, let's say in the 11 to 15 overs, conceding 7.8 runs per over, Sri Lanka's conceded 8.4, 16 to 20 overs, 8.6 for India, 9.5 for Sri Lanka. So we're almost, even.
It's very even, and when you talk about the batting stats that we just showed, I guess the difference is we haven't been chasing too many big totals, so maybe the last 10 overs made all the difference. But a little surprise to me is when Sri Lanka is conceding a lot many more runs
with Lasith
Malinga at the depth, and we all know what a magician he is when it comes to bowling in the depth over, so that's a little surprising to me. But come the final, Shivani, I feel that Team India, with the kind of form that they're in, with the kind of zone that they're in mentally, I think it's going to be, a tough competition. But, the calmer side, Team India, the way they've been playing their cricket, I think they've got their noses ahead.
All right, let's go across to Sourav Ganguly as well. Dada, man for man, do you think Sri Lanka is the toughest opposition India will face in this tournament? And a word about Rangana Herath and how destructive he could be against India.
I think two of the best sides have gone to the finals, and they'll be meeting in the finals. I just want to say about what you were talking about, more runs scored in the death overs, and Sri Lanka bowlers have probably given a bit more runs. You must take into consideration that they were playing in Chittagong, which is a much better surface than what it has been at the Mirpur. So obviously they would go for a few more runs. There was dew in the night in Chittagong, and England chased 190. South Africa were getting 180. So big scores were a lot more in Chittagong than in Mirpur. So invariably the bowling attack or the bowling run rate looks a lot higher in Chittagong. But moment these teams come in Mirpur, moment the ball also spun in Chittagong, Sri Lankan bowlers created problems with the Kiwi batsmen. Even look at the West Indies batsmen; they just got stuck with them, and Marlon Samuels or Chris Gayle could not just get off the blocks. So in different conditions, it's no point talking about what Sri Lanka did in Chittagong. It's important how much they gave in Mirpur in the semi-finals. That is which is going to hold key for the final. I think they are two of the best teams, and it's going to be a cracker of a game. Rangana Herath will be the key to the Sri Lankan success tomorrow. The difference between South Africa and Sri Lanka tomorrow is South Africa will have a lot more spinners. Sri Lanka will have a lot more spinners to play on this pitch, where the ball's gripped, the ball's turned. They've got the variation like India has. They've got Rangana Herath, they've got Senanaike and Prasanna, Shane Warne is very, very impressed about. And these are three good spinners. You've got Lasith Malinga, who I think in this format, and especially on a pitch which grips, is an outstanding bowler. For me, he has been a surprise package as captain.
Yeah.
Two tough games, two pressure games, must win against New Zealand, must win in a semi-final, and he's come out with flying colours. So Sri Lanka has a lot of positives. Sri Lanka will only be able to beat India if they bat well. If they don't bat well, then I don't see them getting past this Indian team.
All right, let's slip into a short break on that note. On the other side, some more questions for our experts also. Welcome back. Remember, we've been reminding our viewers to keep tweeting with hashtag Battleground T20. Let's take a few of them that have come in for our experts. First one, perhaps what is on everybody's mind. Is India too dependent on Virat? Can they win the final if he fails to fire tomorrow? Dada, can India win it without Virat firing in the final?
I'm sure the team would believe so, and I think there are a few quality players in their squad who can win without Virat Kohli performing. Rohit Sharma, Ajinkya Rahane, Yuvraj Singh, Suresh Raina have all played well at different stages, but Virat Kohli is the centre around which everyone revolves. But I feel even if Virat Kohli doesn't get runs, India can beat Sri Lanka, and hopefully that happens tomorrow. When I look at the side, when you play big tournaments and you've been watching teams consistently over a period of time, you just get into a flow where you just keep winning everything. And it happens with every teams in world cricket at various stages. You just keep winning, bang, 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 and you get into a position where losing becomes very difficult. Somebody or the other stands up and wins you cricket matches. I think India is in a similar phase like that. They're going through a similar circle where somebody or the other will see you through. So I just have a feeling that even if Virat Kohli doesn't fire, India can still win this game.
All right, let's take our next question on Twitter. What is our viewer asking us? Let's go across to our second tweet on Battleground T20. If you can put that up. All right, here it is. If India wins the toss, Dada, this is for you. Would it not be better and wiser to bat first, as Sri Lankan bowling is quite lethal? That's what one of our viewers is asking.
No, I think India would bat first. They would have batted first yesterday as well against South Africa. Although they lost the toss and South Africa batted first, India would have also batted first. See, these are pressure games. You look at India's wins in the 2007 World Cup. They put runs up.
Forget about yesterday's game. Jadeja's bowled well. Ashwin has been simply outstanding. So, even Suresh Raina to chip in, but against the left-handers has been fantastic. So maybe that, the situation hasn't arisen for him to try out Yuvraj Singh. Sorry.
Yeah. Let me take my final comment from Boria Majumdar there. Boria, Dhoni looking to win 3 ICC titles now, one more than Clive Lloyd and Ricky Ponting. He's going to be in the pantheon of greats after this.
Oh, no one. I mean, yesterday Sourav Ganguly made this point and I echo his thoughts. In Indian history, in Indian cricket history, it will be impossible to match this level of success in ICC tournaments. You've got to think about it. Shorter format, 50 over format, 2020 format. There's no matching Mahendra Singh Dhoni, especially in the subcontinent, no question. And he's been great. The team is terrific. His players are backing him up. Somebody like a Virat Kohli, it's all coming together for India. 24 more hours, one more celebration.
Absolutely, that's what we're keeping our fingers crossed for. Don't forget, under Dhoni, India also became the #1 test ranked team. And life could come full circle for MS Dhoni. It all started here in 2007 with the T20 title, and 7 years later, he could mark a huge circle of his life coming together. All the best for the Indian team. Sourav Ganguly, Boria Majumdar, Nikhil Chopra, thanks a lot for joining us. Remember, our experts will be back with us for a makeup preview before the final tomorrow. Keep watching Headlines today. We'll keep getting you all the best analysis. Goodbye for now.